We have a new tornado warning. It just got issued. It was shortly after that first weather segment that we did. It was issued just about a minute ago. We want to get to the very latest. These storms are going to spin up really rapidly, and that's exactly what took place in southern sections of Sebastian County. So let's get to Mega Doppler, and here you'll see high Mega Doppler showing just to the south of Hartford a tornado warning. Now, this warning is going until 6:45 this evening. This does include all of Sebastian County and the western side of Sebastian County, all the way up to about Barling. If you'll notice, it does not include the Fort Smith, Van Buren area, but it does include the south side of Fort Smith, including by the airport. Now, what prompted the tornado warning? It kind of looks like a cluster of showers, but when you look at the actual velocity, you're going to see pretty strong circulation just to the southwest of Patterson. What you're looking at here, green colors is the rain moving towards the radar, red colors rain moving away from the radar, and there is your circulation that's located just to the southwest of Patterson. Now, as you'll see, this didn't last very long. It's kind of falling apart, and there might be an expiration of this tornado warning, but still, these storms are going to rotate very easily with the type of environment that we have, and it's very warm and humid in the river valley. So we're going to put a storm track on this, but we want to continue to cover this storm. This is important life-saving information that is moving into the river valley and moving into southern Sebastian County. So if you're just joining us on Fox 24, we just had our newscast not too long ago. Now we're simulcasting on KNWA and Fox 24. We have a tornado warning that has been issued just a few minutes ago. This goes until 6:45 in the evening for the River Valley for Sebastian County. There you see the areas impacted by this tornado warning. I'll say Hackett in the Greenwood area, Hartford. If we work our way northward, Midland, and continuing north of Midland, just to the east of Bonanza. So the actual area of circulation now is located near Hartford, but it has fallen apart a little bit. You can see how strong that circulation was earlier. Look at how quickly it ramped up, too. This was just before 6 o'clock this evening. Here we have 6 o'clock in the evening, and then finally now the rotation has weakened somewhat. That's the way this type of environment is going to be. We're going to have storms that quickly spin up, and we're going to have them, develop really fast rotations and possibly put down tornadoes, maybe even before warnings get issued, and then next thing you know, they might fall apart, they might weaken. So these are what we call quick, brief spin-ups, but those spin-ups can still provide the potential to bring damage. So definitely a lot going on. Let's do a track on this, as I doubt this warning is going to last throughout until 6:45, but we're going to continue to stay on it as long as it is going to be in effect. So it's moving to the north. All of these storms are going to be moving out of the north-northwest. So this storm's moving a little quicker at about 40 miles an hour. So we're going to put a storm track on this. We're going to show you the most dangerous portion of the storm, and we're going to take it over the next hour and a half, which probably won't be, we're not going to be, continuing that long. So let me go ahead and update that storm track here, 40 miles an hour with the speed and duration of this track.
Dan, I did want to go ahead and mention, I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead. Do you have your mic on?
I do have my mic on.
Okay.
But they mentioned rotating wall cloud. I'm not sure if it was that storm, but they did also mention a tornado watch is likely to be coming out for Oklahoma and northwest Arkansas. We don't know the exact timing yet, but it will likely be coming out shortly.
Oh, there is going to be a tornado watch.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we've been watching that, and we've been watching that potential. We did a Facebook Live earlier, and hopefully we can get on Facebook Live and streaming. Charles, let me know if when we do that. But here is that storm. We're going to put a storm track on this, and we're going to take it to the north at about 40 miles an hour. So over the next, let's say, 40 minutes or so, here's the areas that are going to be impacted by this tornado warning. So Montreal 616, Excelsior 625, White Bluff at 631, if it in fact continues that long as it's moving to the north at about 40 miles an hour. So you'll notice that as it moves into Sunnymead Elementary School, that's going to be just before 7 o'clock at about 6:45. So I'm going to step in front of the wall. We're going to bring up Mega Doppler here, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about with this storm. So we're going to take a look at how Mega Doppler, and we'll show you exactly what's happening with this storm. Definitely a strong circulation that ramped up, and we're going to illustrate just how fast this develops. So let's go ahead and we'll bring that up. And Alexander is controlling Mega Doppler. We're going to start off, first of all, here's the circulation when it initially developed. Notice that there's no tornado warning. You're looking at the velocity image, and I want you to zoom in as it crosses southern Sebastian County. See how strong that circulation is? Bright greens, bright reds right next to each other. This was before 6 o'clock, and then you can see the tornado warning was issued. Now, if we go to the current radar image, and there's been an issue, too, with the radar. There's been a lot of what we call ground clutter, and not only that, but what we call range folding, which doesn't give us a real clear picture on the velocity image, the way the rain is moving. And so is this the latest one right here? Yeah, so there's a circulation. That's a strong circulation. We're going to zoom in on that. That is just to the east now of, and look at how fast those rotations pop up. This is just to the east of the Oklahoma-Arkansas state line. So this is the western edge of Sebastian County as that's lifting northward. If we look at the rotation on that, Slayton, and so these areas of rotation, which is why the Weather Service has put that tornado warning to be that wide, because any one of these little areas can produce a circulation that can be strong enough to put down a tornado. Let's look at the normalized rotation on this, our rotation indicator, and there you can see it right there showing up just to the southwest of Slaytonville. So let's zoom out here a little bit more and give people an estimate of where this circulation is located, and then we're going to start plotting some roads on here to let you know. But let's go back in time and loop this and go back, and we're going to watch this circulation kind of lifting north. So there was the previous circulation that prompted a tornado warning. Here's the next one. Now, I can tell you that Scott County, LaFleur County, Sebastian County, Logan County, these areas are ripe for tornado potential. It is warm, it is humid. Let's do a split screen, if we will, when we have the velocity image on the right side of the TV screen and the reflectivity on the left. So there's your hail core, there's your potential circulation. This is the most latest information, and that rotation is going to be just to the northwest of Hartford, and now you can see it tightening up again. So let's go ahead and we're going to zoom in on that northwest of Hartford. So what's really interesting about this is I was talking with Alexander about this. We did Facebook Lives on this, that this is like almost a tropical system where you've got these tornadoes that are developing on the northeast side of a low-pressure system, which is to our southwest. Here's the circulation right here. Now, what you're seeing is also winds that are going towards the radar and away from the radar. So we have an anticyclonic circulation here, but then we also have a cyclonic circulation that's beginning to develop. So all of this wind shear with the winds coming out of the east, southeast in the low levels, and southwest in the upper levels. So if you're just joining us on streaming now, we are simulcasting on KNWA and our sister station, Fox 24, and we're streaming, and we'll be on Facebook Live as well as we have these storms that are moving in. So let's zoom out on the wider picture. And here's some of the roads. And Alexander, you can go ahead and read off these roads. You can see it a little bit better in the weather lab.
Headed towards State Highway 2. And remember, these are a little bit delayed with each of the scans, so it could already be there crossing Highway 2, that center of circulation. And so that's State Highway 2. We're also looking at Slaytonville Road here. And let's see, this is going to be State Highway 45. If you know anybody in these locations, go ahead and have them take their tornado safe precautions right now. That means to get into an interior room away from exterior walls or windows, and to make sure to get under something as well.
That's our tornado watch, by the way.
Level. Make sure to get into that and to seek shelter, because this center of circulation is headed your way, and it has had the history of being a very rapid development, and so it'll rapidly develop, maybe touch down briefly, then come back up, and it looks like it's trying to cycle again, Dan.
Yeah, go ahead and clear off these roads on here, absolutely. Because we've got additional roads that are going to be impacted as it moves almost straight towards Hackett. So we're going to show you that tornado watch in just a bit, and I'm imagining that it's not probably going to make it into Benton County. We'll see, though. I mean, it might spread out over northwest Arkansas as well, because we've been looking at storms around here, and they have also looked very impressive. So I'm going to take a look here at the latest on this watch as we bring it up here. And so here's a look at the tornado watch. There it is. It does go all the way up into Benton County. So Benton, Carroll, and the Weather Service out of Little Rock looks like they have not included Boone and Newton County. So tornado warning in effect until 6:45. We're doing live weather coverage as these storms will have the potential to rotate rapidly and quickly produce tornadoes. And that's exactly what happened south of Hartford at just before 6 o'clock. Now we're approaching 6:15. And we have a new tornado watch. If we look at the time of this, probably going until about midnight tonight. So I honestly think this is going to expire a lot sooner than that. But we're just having that leeway where it's going to be pretty active Memorial Day evening, and that's what we mentioned. Let's give you the wide view because I know you're watching, and you might be watching from different locations. So here you'll see two storms of significance, severe thunderstorm warning to the west of our area, and we've got a tornado watch that's including the entire region, and then you've got the tornado warning that's in Sebastian County. At the moment, northwest Arkansas does not have the storms. We had a little bit of development, and they were looking like they were organized, but haven't quite received the upper level support yet. However, these storms to the south are moving north. They're moving straight north, and in fact, a little bit almost to the north-northwest. So here's the latest on the tornado warning, and we're getting really close to the radar, so we'll be able to get a good look at that circulation, which is clearly not as strong as it was when it was just to the north of the Sebastian County line. And if we take a look at that rotation on here with the shear tracks, you're going to see just how quick that ramped up. So this is right as it was crossing north of Bates, circulation crossed that real mountainous terrain, then dropped down into the valley, crossed Highway 96, and then notice how the rotation is weakened. So there's a potential that we'll be able to get back to our newscast if this warning does expire. At the moment, though, we still do have a tornado warning. And you let me know, Alexander, if they do, in fact, cancel us. We do have storm spotters out in the area. We have many weather bug cameras as we continue to watch these storms. And these are going to not be your typical storms.
So that is continued tornado warning for Sebastian, Arkansas until 6:45. So they're continuing that warning, and they did mention that that even though they're brief spin-ups, that since it's so fast that they'd extend the warning almost to its full time because of how quickly these are becoming tornadic or producing tornado warnings.
Yeah, I mean that one really ramped up fast. In fact, we were looking at that right before the weather segment, and this just shows you how it was a lot stronger as it was coming into Bates. So this is just before 6 o'clock. This is what really prompted the tornado warning. You can see that circulation. I would go to say that that's a very tight circulation, probably even touched down. Haven't had any confirmation of that yet, but it would be south of Hartford. Then the circulation kind of weakened, but we still have that capability throughout the rest of the warning time, as Alexander just mentioned. So a lot going on there, and the hail at the moment is not really a concern. There was a storm in western Sequoia County that was a lot larger, but at the moment not quite as big. So just to reiterate, tornado warning until 6:45. This does include Sebastian County. Now, if you're watching in Fort Smith, like literally in downtown Fort Smith, the warning does not include Fort Smith downtown and Van Buren and areas along the Arkansas River. But it does include south side of Fort Smith. It goes up to Barling, as you can see, even includes where the radar site is, and that circulation is lifting north. So very, very fast winds in the low levels. You can see that, too, when you look at these clouds as the storms are moving in. So at the moment, northwest Arkansas is quiet. But if we zoom out just a little bit, Alexander, we've got Logan County that is just unimpeded, has been warming to 85 degrees. Thunderstorms are likely going to develop. This storm's going to be lifting north, and so we're going to be seeing that activity. So it sounds like we have a new warning that's coming out, and I'd like to see where that is located. Probably going to be in Sequoia County, it looks like, as the storm is lifting north.
So they continued the severe thunderstorm warning for Cherokee County, Oklahoma. It looks like they issued one for LaFleur and Sequoia that goes until 7 p.m.
Yeah, it has to include our area.
Yep,
so
60-mile-an-hour winds and about 3/4 size hail there, and then they canceled the one from Muskogee and Wagner.
Yeah. So that's that storm right here that's moving out, and you can see how it cropped out of Wagner, moving into Cherokee County. So there's the new severe thunderstorm warning. It's to the west of the tornado warning. This is lifting northward, moving towards I-40, and this is going to where damaging wind potential, 60-mile-an-hour winds will be. Let's zoom way in and take a look at that circulation with the latest radar update. Now, we're getting really close to the radar, so keep in mind, if this storm does show signs of rotating and producing, and it's really low, we would have a good idea that this thing was about to produce a tornado just because the radar beam is so low. So we're seeing a little bit of what we call reflectivity nubs, and that would be on the northeast side of the storm, which would be textbook with this type of environment. There we got that little potential circulation. If we look, that's southeast of Hackett, and then we look southeast of Hackett, and you see a little bit of a wind right there. But at the moment, I don't see anything that is immediately as strong as it was that prompted this tornado warning just a little after 6 o'clock. But happy Memorial Day, everyone. We're watching weather coverage here. We've got tornado warning in the River Valley. It includes Sebastian County. And these areas of rotation, and you might be wondering, well, why are you staying on this? Because in this type of environment, these tornadoes could literally touch down in seconds, produce damage, disappear within about 5 minutes. And you've got a home that's damaged. You might have someone that's injured. And these storms are going to be doing that throughout the evening, have the potential to do that. So here we got another circulation. The green color is rain moving towards the radar, red away, and so we have right there a little bit of a spin in the opposite direction that a typical low pressure system goes. But
Dan, I do have the
yes.
Alma weather bug camera pointed to the southwest.
Okay, Alexander is talking right now. In fact, you can go ahead and just leave him mic'd, and then that way, you know, he can interject with any comments. So, Alexander, go ahead.
I have Alma Weather Bug Network cam pointed to the southwest, looking towards that storm. If you pull it up on Weather 2.
Okay, yeah. So you can see these clouds, and you can see how they're bubbling up, and then you see the base of the thunderstorms off in the distance. So we aren't close enough with Alma, with the Weather Bug Network camera, to see the low-level features of this storm, the tornadic storm. But you can see the updraft. You see that, Alexander? You can see the updraft. You can see the tilt of the updraft, too, so that shows you how strong those low-level winds are. And if you look, these storms are moving at about 40 miles an hour to the north. So we want to do another storm track to let people know exactly where this is headed, where it's going. That might be essentially the lowering part of the storm where the rotation is located. So right now I'm not seeing the rotation as strong as it was. That might prompt the tornado warning to expire, but because of how fast these developing rotations do take place, they may continue that warning. So let's go to, I'm going to bring up, so we've got our Alma Weather Bug Network camera, you can see that, but I want to bring up the radar, and we're going to do a storm track on this. So here's the wide view again, just to show you what's happening. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning that's west of our weather coverage area, but we do have a severe thunderstorm warning until 7 o'clock for LaFleur and Sequoia, and a tornado warning until 6:45 for Sebastian County. So that area of the storm is just now approaching the radar. Let's do a track on it. It's moving pretty quick, so we have that speed of the storm at about 40 miles an hour. We'll move it to the north, the most dangerous portion of the storm located just to the west of Greenwood, and we're going to move it to the north over the next 30 minutes or so. And so that'll take it kind of right over I-540 as well as I-40 and close to just to the west of Alma. So here's some of the areas that are going to be impacted by that storm. Fort Smith Regional Airport, as we mentioned before, at 6:35. That's in about 12 minutes or so. Bonneville Elementary School, 6:38. Van Buren at about 6:46. And moving into Northridge Middle School at about 6:50, so a little before 7 o'clock. And so let's see what the NWS chat is talking about. Yeah, so they said that Pensacola is sounding their sirens, so that's information for even though they're in the severe thunderstorm warning part of the storm, they are sounding the sirens just to make sure that the storm comes through and People are aware of it, so that is in eastern Oklahoma and in LaFleur County. So, and then we've got, we're watching the rotation, and we're just kind of seeing it build up and then dissipate and then build up and dissipate. But if you missed it earlier, the rotation was really intense, which prompted the tornado warning. We saw that. We were thinking, here comes a warning, and sure enough, it happened. And we can kind of see how this evolves. So I'm going to take you back just to show you how quick these can develop. So you'll notice the Bates area, and then you'll see this bright green and bright red that take place as soon as it crosses the Sebastian County line. And so there you see it right there. And then at that point, that's when the tornado warning was issued, just a little bit after 6 o'clock. So whenever you see those colors really bright next to each other, that's your tornado. And then there's that warning. And then you'll notice that circulation kind of dropped off a little bit. But the Weather Service, and Alexander, you can comment about that. What the NWS chat said, what the National Weather Service said is that
one of our other meteorologists, broadcast meteorologist James Adelot, he said that there might have been a TDS, and that means a tornado debris signature, and that's where we use the correlation coefficient, those bluer colors. And so he said there might have been one correlated with that strongest center of rotation on that.
Yeah, we can go back on that and see. So I will do that. Yeah, it was definitely a strong circulation. Sometimes this, if you've watched weather coverage like we did on, yeah, you can kind of see a little bit there, perhaps, right in this area. And that's exactly where the circulation was, near West Hartford. So if there would be any damage, it would be associated with, yeah, there is a little bit of perhaps something there, but it also is a little bit of a noisy signal. So I'll have to see if there's any type of reports of power outages or damage. So going back to the warning, tornado warning until 6:45. Take your tornado precautions as this storm is just now starting to cross over very close to Bear Hollow Road is going to be impacted. Now, when we look at the velocity, it's just, we're talking hundreds of feet off the ground, and that's it, looking at this storm. So I'm going to look at it from a different view. We're going to look at it from INX, and this is going to be a look at that storm. And so the most dangerous portion of the storm now just crossing Highway 45, but this is a little bit higher up with the radar beam. And if we look at the velocity image on this and bring that up with from Tulsa, I'm going to do that real quick. So we're going to look at the velocity image. There you still see that circulation still showing up, but definitely not as strong as it was. So that's good. Yeah, always have to make sure you're looking at different radar sites, especially when it gets really close to the radar. All right, so we still have that tornado warning until 6:45. We do have a tornado watch that's been issued, so if you're watching in northwest Arkansas and you're like, I'm not seeing much, well, look at that, a new tornado warning now issued west of us for Cherokee County. But we are going to see additional thunderstorms rolling in, and the ingredients, I mean, you step out the door, you can feel it. You can feel that energy. It is warm. It is humid on this Memorial Day. If you're out on the lake or you're thinking of heading out on the lake, you might want to think again, because these storms are going to be rolling in later on this evening and into the overnight hours. Now, here's Cartwright. We're looking off to the west. You can see some of these clouds bubbling up and billowing. Earlier, we had a little bit of a lowering with a storm that didn't even really look all that impressive on the radar. But this type of environment, you're going to have that. So here's those temperatures in the upper 70s to lower 80s. Look at this, lower 80s in Boonville and Clarksville. This is an area that is ripe for severe weather potential, which is exactly why they have that tornado watch issued. And there you see those two tornado warnings that are in progress. So there's the giant low pressure system lifting north. Tornado warning still until 6:45. This system lifting north and additional thunderstorms developing, and this is going to probably become pretty widespread. So we're going to have to see this area to our southeast as that begins to move in. Let's go to Weather 2 again. We'll take a look at our Alamo WeatherBug Network camera looking off to the west, and we're still quite a ways away from this storm, but we're just about 15 minutes away from this warning being expired, and we'll see if they do have that. So they were talking about the Cherokee County storm upticking with the rotation, which is why they warned on that. And so, Charles, are we on Facebook Live at all by any chance? And do we have any comments at all from people? All right. So we'll be willing to answer your comments. You can see the spin in the atmosphere as you watch this storm system lifting northward, and you can see that low pressure system. And just to the east of the low pressure system, just to the east of that upper level spin, that's where you're going to have that tornado potential, which is exactly what we're seeing now. We don't have any storms right now in northwest Arkansas, but there is a likelihood that they do develop. We don't exactly know how they'll all take place, but it's something to watch. Okay, check out this Alma lowering. You can actually see the lowering now. I'm going to bring that up on our camera.
It looks like there is a spotter on one of the storms. They're reporting a rotating wall cloud 3 miles southeast of Fort Smith.
And if we look at from Alma, I can show you, and we've got this on Weather 2, by the way. Now we got the split screen. I'm going to zoom in on this lowering, and you'll be able to see it.
Yeah, and we've been talking about the potential for this all day, and I mentioned it this morning in the newscast, and yes, I'm back, and well, yeah. This is what we do. We do tornado coverage, we do severe weather coverage to protect you all, and I mentioned it this morning that there was a threat this afternoon. Dan mentioned it, and so we've been mentioning it a lot, and the threat has materialized as we thought it would. This is a low-pressure system. It can create its own shear, where we've had the problems with low-level wind shear before. Remember that for northwest Arkansas? We're not going to have that problem tonight. This low pressure system is generating its own low-level winds into the storm. And so we're already seeing structure that is a whole lot better than what we have seen. So these storms definitely have the capability to rotate. And so each and every single one of these tornado warnings to be taken very seriously because the environment is ripe for tornadoes to form.
It is, absolutely. So I've got our Alma WeatherBug Network camera on Weather 2. Let's go ahead. I'm going to step out of the way. We're going to bring this up full, and I'm going to show you the wall cloud that we're looking at. And you can kind of see it just a little bit, but it's a little bit of a lowering. See, this is the base of the thunderstorm, and then underneath that, you kind of got poor contrast because you're looking off to the west, and you got the rain that's behind it. But this is that area, that little lowering right there. That's the potential where the rotation is. The lowering is because that's where the most intense part of the updraft is taking place. So we have, as that rising motion takes place,
Dan, it does look like the National Weather Service is going to go ahead and cancel that tornado warning for Sebastian County. Because, and so they just mentioned that will be coming out soon. Our system will update with that newest information. And I agree. I mean, it's become very weak. Yeah. But I think they did a good job of leaving the warning on just in case it did re-intensify.
Just in case it ramped up again. All right. So with that, we're done with our newscast at 6 o'clock, and we've covered this tornado warning, and the warning has expired. There will be additional storms, so we're going to be watching this closely. We will remain on Facebook Live and streaming for a little while, just taking you through this thunderstorm that's coming through eastern Sequoia County. But at this point, we are going to return you back to your regularly scheduled programming.
KNWA News is brought to you by Speedy Splash Car Wash.
Hi, this is Travis Toller from Williams Tractor. Spring is here, and now is the perfect time to upgrade your life with a Hustler zero-turn lawnmower.
The Hustler Super Z stands apart with the acclaimed VX4 deck technology and unmatched hydraulics. At speeds up to 14 miles per hour and an 11.7-gallon fuel tank, you'll enjoy the incredible productivity of the Hustler Super Z.
Come in today and find our entire line of Hustler zero-turn mowers at any of our Northwest Arkansas locations. Williams Tractor, proudly serving our customers since 1973.
Tropical system. Kind of reminds you of that couple Saturdays ago. Yes. Southwest Arkansas, you were working that Saturday.
Yeah. Brands like Grand Design, Mobile Suites, Riverstone, and Sandpiper. All prices sell with no contact sales and free delivery.
Buy now and get zero down and no payments up to 90 days with approved credit.